What is your perspective on the India-Singapore corridor?
A lot of Indian professionals come to Singapore, but I don't think it's been bilateral.
Where do you see this passion leading to? What are your plans around this?
A lot of people don't realize, but semiconductor is massive contributor to Singapore's economy. For a long time, marketing sort of relied on the crutches of art and creativity and tear-jerking ads.
What do you think is the future of marketing, given all the evolution in AI that we are seeing? This episode is brought to you by Super Checkout, the world's first AI-powered checkout that lets you split, combine, or co-pay with friends and family in real time. Whether it's shopping, gifting, or travel bookings, now everyone can chip in with ease. Check out smarter with Super Checkout. The Hustle Group Company. Let me introduce you to the Hustle Group Company. It's a lifestyle brand that's redefining streetwear through the power of fashion, self-belief, and resilience. The second one being Discover Dollar, which is an AI-driven tech company that helps brands and retailers recover hidden dollars from overpayments and leakages. DocsNow's intelligent platform empowers businesses of all sizes to rapidly collect, manage, govern, and collaborate on the data front, transforming your documents and making sure there's an impact on the business bottom line, all in a secure and a single environment. Hi, Prantik. Welcome to the show. I'm so glad to have met you here in Singapore. For people who do not know, Prantik is an amazing leader based out of Singapore. He's also the president of Thai Singapore and has spent a lot of time doing a lot of amazing stuff in the world of marketing, advertising, and brand building, and of course, a lot more as well. So thank you so much, Prantik, for taking your time today.
Thanks, Abhay. Welcome to Singapore. Good to be on your show. I've seen some clips and episodes and happy to be doing this from Singapore.
Thank you so much. So, Prantik, I'm just going to ask you a few quick questions, get your perspectives in, because a lot of people would love to hear from you and get those insights and wisdom as well. I'll start with this. Prantik, you've spent a lot of years in marketing, building a lot of amazing brands and building for a lot of amazing brands as well. What do you think is the future of marketing? Given all the evolution in AI that we are seeing, how does this go from here on?
I think the core, more than technology and AI, the core objective and KPI of marketing, I think that's what sort of interests me is, I think, for a long time, marketing sort of relied on the crutches of just art and creativity and, tear-jerking ads. And the objective was purely at the top of the funnel to create awareness and engagement, which is important, absolutely. Brand salience, brand affinity matters, brand recall matters. But I think over the last couple of decades, thanks to the internet, mobile, tech, social media, I think one thing that we have seen is marketing can do a lot more in terms of the entire funnel, right from top to middle to consideration to sales to purchase to after sales to loyalty. And this is true in B2C or B2B. So I think that objective to me still remains true, whether with or without AI. I think with AI and tech, what I'm excited is I think you will see a lot of automation across the board, whether it's media, creative, CRM, you will see a lot of automation. So I think just this week, Zuckerberg, there's an article in Wall Street Journal where he says, Facebook or the Googles of the world, the platform in itself will create the creatives on its own. With Google Veo, that's going to happen on its own, right? So I think the video, music, and text creation and synergization into creative making, optimization of campaigns, reporting of campaigns, I think you will see a lot of automation happen. To me, that's exciting, that if that automation genuinely is true, suddenly not just big brands, but SMEs and startups can leverage that at scale. And so it becomes a level playing field. So to me, I think the two things that I will say is, I think brands, business owners, whether large, medium, small, need to realize that marketing is a toolkit, not just to build the brand, but to create customer experience, to ensure that that skill set is used to build the brand, to create purchase funnel decisions, to create loyalty, as well as good customer service. So it cuts across, not just at the top of the funnel. And I'm really excited about automation across the entire process of creative generation, media buying, CRM, and the works from a lens of it becoming democratized and accessible.
Amazing. And that, of course, leads into a much stronger customer experience as well. So.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Prantik, you are also the president of Thai Singapore. You yourself invest in a bunch of companies. What is your perspective on the India-Singapore corridor? Do you think there's a lot of exchange that's happening right now, or do you think there's a scope for a lot more?
So, I've lived in Singapore for 24 years. I served in the government where I helped local companies internationalize. And I think I've always observed the Singapore India linkages. I think historically, culturally, there's a lot of affinity and close ties. I mean, in terms of trade, there's been a lot of trade over the years, given ports and all of that. But if I look back, I still feel that commercially the relationship is under leveraged and it's underperformed. Why do I say so? Because I think fundamentally over the last 2, 3 decades, we have seen a lot of Indian companies, Indian businesses come to Singapore. A lot of Indian professionals come to Singapore. But I don't think it's been bilateral. I don't think we have seen the movement the other way around. We have seen movement of capital, but we have not seen movement of companies.
Right.
At best, you have seen large government-linked companies, corporates like your CapitaLands, Keppels, in real estate projects like Keppel Puravankara. You have seen CapitaLand build the IT parks in Bangalore, late 90s. You have seen Changi Airport do a lot of consulting work. But beyond that, not really. So, and I think there is an opportunity. I spoke about this at Thai Delhi's 25th year anniversary earlier in the year. 3 specific industries. I think semicon, right? A lot of people don't realize, but semiconductor is massive contributor to Singapore's economy. Because, since the last 30, 40 years, Singapore has been a pioneer, a global pioneer when it comes to semicon. So as India looks at that, I think there's two-way, India could look at manufacturing. Singapore, I doubt will get into manufacturing, but design and the trading part of it, I think Singapore will always be a few steps ahead because of various geopolitical reasons. I think climate, energy, sustainability to me is a massive opportunity. Singapore's policy frameworks could be leveraged by India. Of course, India is going through a very different phase of growth where I don't think climate ESG is of core priority. I think we have basic poverty elevation to sort of take care of. But I think that's an area where, there could be a two-way sort of dialogue and two-way collaboration. Third is, I think, the element of deep tech. You were telling me about, we're talking about Agnikul, space tech, etc. I think India is doing some fabulous work, but I think Singapore, again, it's a hidden gem that if you go to the universities in the west of Singapore, NUS, NTU, I studied in NUS, there's some great R&D work when it comes to deep tech.
Right.
I think, to me, the Indian VCs, some of them are doing it. So whether it's GrowX, whether it's Special, who champion this category, I think there's opportunity to invest for Indian VCs. There's opportunity for R&D collaboration between deep tech companies of the two nations. To me, actually, amongst the three, that probably is a near-term opportunity to drive. So I think I would want that beyond basic trading. I think I would want to see two things: capital flow from Singapore, from the family offices, leveraging maximizing the India opportunity, which I don't think there's too much of right now. And other is at an entrepreneurship level, how do we get at the deep tech, semicon, more collaboration between companies, early stage ventures between the two nations?
Makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for that. One last question, Prantik, you've been super passionate about sports and you also come from a world of tech enablement as well. Where do you see this passion leading to? What are your plans around this?
Yeah, it's a good question. Look, to me, grown up loving watching, playing cricket, but I think the last decade, given my involvement as a co-founder advisor to Ref Sports, it's opened my eyes to the opportunity as a multi-sporting nation. When I spent 18 days in Paris to watch the Olympics and the Paralympics, what I learned and experienced was life-changing, literally. That I think, yes, cricket's great. We are world champs, but Olympic and especially Paralympics and especially women athletes, if I had $100, I would double down on para and women. And just a couple of stats to sort of bear this in mind. India's sports annual budget is around 450 odd million. But at a per capita level, that's 30 cents per person, which is, in comparison, US is 9, Australia is 11. So we are way behind. Our university sports sort of opportunity is massive. It's very broken right now, unlike US where you have college football, college, right? So you've got to create a grassroots movement. You've got to create opportunities for public-private capital to come in. India's CSR policy is brilliant. India is the only country or the first country to mandate the 2% CSR, which is about 30,000 crores a year. But only 1.24% of that comes to sports. And that's understandable because India, like I said, we have basic challenges of education, health, sanitation to take care of. But I think if you have 30,000 crores, even if that 1.24% becomes 5%, that's massive capital deployment. And today there are very interesting social finance instruments social stock exchange instruments that public-private sector bodies can come together to raise capital. So it's not charity. I don't believe in donations and charities alone, but investment opportunities in public infrastructure. My interest is how do I connect the dots of sports tech startups, sports media, build better narrative around the athletes, the non-cricketers who don't get the attention, given the rise of OTT and digital platforms, and bring in foreign and domestic capital to sort of enable athletes as well as these tech companies, so that if India is looking to host the 2036 Olympics, even if it's not 2036 and 2050, in the next 2 decades, we need to make sure that our athletes get access to capital, get access to the best coaches, mental health, nutrition, technology, what have you, so that they are at a level playing field. I'll leave you with the thought that without much, today the para contingent is on 15th or 17th position globally.
Right.
You have seen the Asian Athletics Championship that just happened. We ranked second in Asia. We won 24 medals. So a lot is happening, but I genuinely believe what we need to do is increase the funnel, lot more people from grassroots playing, because if that denominator increases, I'm sure our programs can make sure that they become world-class athletes. Because to me, sports is a microcosm that reflects society. It is not just about the medal. Sports is a brilliant tool for nation building, for soft power, for economic opportunities for people. That's my lens to sport, and hopefully the next 2 decades I can invest my time and energy and resources there.
I'm sure that will be superbly helpful to a lot of people out there who are looking for that kind of guidance and support. Thank you so much, Prantik, on that note, for taking your time and giving us some amazing pearls of wisdom. Thank you.
Thanks, Abhay. Welcome to Singapore, and hope to do more of this with you. All the best.
Thank you. Take care.